fix that. Like, what are you doing?
Look, I had talked about this a little bit with T on the nightcap. John Campea, all right? Spreading rumors. Maybe not spreading rumors, just saying what he has heard. Saying what he has heard on the scuttlebutt from some of his insiders. But he's talking about Avengers Doomsday, and there might be some issues. Listen to this.
I did finally get a hold of somebody else with some knowledge of the situation. And when I presented them,
I think I got to rewind
with what I got told, what I got told
over.
yesterday, again, by somebody connected to the situation, was that they were struggling because they weren't finding it in the edit. That apparently, like when they shot the movie, everything felt great, everything looks great. And now that they're in the editing room and putting the movie together, that they're discovering some issues.
What?
That's crazy. How would you? Now you're discovering issues? Weird.
I'm shocked. You have 50 characters. You had no script. You were filming it on the go, and you can't find it in the edit.
Nobody's in the same room together. Weird. It's so crazy. Like, who could? You know what? Who could have predicted this? Like, you know what? You got to be a genius to come to this conclusion. Like, it's just crazy.
I mean, what did y'all expect? What did you expect? Of course you can't find it in the edit. Of course this thing is a hot mess because it sounded like that from day one. And here we are, and we're what? What are we, about 5 months away?
About 6-7 months away, give or take. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're in July, right? This thing comes out in December.
Oh no, we're halfway through July.
5 months out.
Yeah, so you're correct. Yeah. 5 months.
And they can't find it in the edit. And I believe Campea when he says, "Oh yeah, they're struggling." I believe it because we knew that this was going to happen. We knew that this was going to be a film that when it finally came out, people were going to struggle to really connect all of these different ideas and characters. We've gone through the plot leaks; those sound like a hot mess. And it's like, okay, they got a general story in mind, but then they're trying to edit it together into a cohesive film. And they're like, bro, this ain't it. This ain't it. We can't find a movie.
And don't forget, they're adding scenes into Endgame so that you can be forced to have to go back to the theaters to watch Endgame. Otherwise, you won't understand this movie.
Wow.
I mean, DA, you've talked to, like, there's a couple guys that go to the movie meetup group that we go to. Like, have you met the Marvel guys? Like, there's a couple dudes who go that are some of the Marvel dudes, and they tell us some stuff, man. To where it's like, hey, man, we can't really technically say anything, but it's like the stuff you hear is just like, oh my god. And so when you hear Gary and all these other people talk about this stuff, you're just like, yeah, I've actually heard that. I've actually heard that. They're like, they're right. They're 100% right. So don't be surprised when some of this stuff comes out that you're just like, oh my god, this stuff is actually really happening. It's like what's
so crazy though is like it's very obvious that this was going on. Like no one needed anyone to sit there and be an insider and explain that they were clearly going to have issues putting this film together when it was very obvious from the very beginning that they have already had problems. When they kept going back on where are we going to start? Where were the issues of the characters they were going to continue with? The fact that they did the announcements leading up to this and even the teaser scenes that they clearly were fishing for people to tell them which characters did they actually care about and which ones did they probably need to get rid of. And so, and on top of hearing multiple actors saying that they filmed by themselves, that they were talking to people that they didn't know who exactly they were even fighting, let alone just talking to on screens. And then the multiple reshoots, them admitting that they started filming without a fully fleshed out script. Damn. It's clearly going to be a mess.
I'll be right back, guys. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
It sounds like a YouTube channel starting out is what I'm saying. Like, if you think about it, I mean, that's what happens with us content creators, right? We have channels and we do our edits and we screw everything up and we're like, oh, I got to do this over. They're supposed to be like top tier. Like they're supposed to be knowing what they're doing. And obviously they don't know what they're doing. This thing comes out in December. It's a little bit too late now. More slop.
It makes even more sense also why they lost.
We do it with like bubble gum, duct tape, and like just just some grit, you know, not not $200 million. Like if you give me $200 million, I think my setup would look a hell of a lot better. And if it
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
like they're supposed to be top tier.
I mean, if I didn't do that, I'd be an NGO in freaking California.
Yeah,
but
these guys
like,
have
where'd all that money go? It's like,
means.
don't worry about it.
They have the money and the means. There's no need for all of this. That's just, I don't even have words. I can't believe there's all this nonsense is going on behind the scenes. It's like the movie comes out in 5 months. We're already, July's going to be over before you know it. Holy cow.
Yeah. Like how are we hearing about so much like craziness still behind the scenes or like behind the editing even? And it's 5 months away. That's wild.
That is wild.
Why you also haven't gotten a trailer yet. What were you going to say?
No, that's the sad thing though. Like you would think that it's too late to be having these problems, but like we saw with the last couple superhero movies, dude, they'll be trying to fix this shit like a month out. They'll be like, we're still tweaking it. Like we're still trying to get composers. We're still trying to pick the right shot, you know? Yeah. So,
wow.
But Marvel's always been known to tinker with things, even, 2 to 3 months prior to the movie coming out. And my thing is, I'm kind of looking at it like this. Marvel might have just too much footage and they're just really trying to figure out how to really edit it together where it could be cohesive. I don't know. I look at it in both ways. It could be negative. It could be positive. It just depends on the footage. You know what I mean? But
well, like I was saying,
I'm just to the point. I just want a good fighting scene. I just want to see a couple of heads get knocked off. Like that's just my attitude in regards to this movie. Like I'm just disappointed hearing the rumors of the second things or the other things they're trying to do afterwards, which kind of spoils some of the things for me. Like I'm hearing they want to do another Shang-Chi movie. Like why? You know what I'm saying? Like kill that guy off.
Yeah, nobody like. No, apparently he wins that fight. Apparently he actually fights Gambit and he wins, or like that. That's the rumor. That's already the rumor.
He ain't really a fighter, but
yeah, and I think that we all, if you're trying to be optimistic, you're hoping that this was going to be like them pruning the tree, right? That there's a lot of shit characters and you can use Doomsday to kill them off. But like the worst case scenario for this is like they are trying to use it as a launch pad for people like Shang-Chi, people who, I mean, this is like what they did with the Marvels, a bunch of failed characters, and they thought they had like a popular character that they could like use as an anchor. You could end up with a situation where, like you were saying, Angel, they filmed too much thinking that they were going to develop these characters enough to spark interest, and it isn't working. And now they're like, how do we fucking put this together? Because it has to fit in a runtime, and we have 50 people in this. Like
that's a lot of people.
That's so many people. Like when we watched Deadpool and Wolverine, you had the fun kind of like, but they're bullshit cameos. They're just to be like, hey, look, we've got. And they're not in it that long. But if you do that for 50 people, that's like an hour worth of cameos.
Like you gave, what was it? Blade. You had Gambit. Elektra. Yeah, that's like 3 or 4 people. You can do that. But when you got like the all those chairs, and then you got other characters that we know that weren't on the chairs that are going to be in this.
Wasn't a 4-hour stream to just show 100 names? Your chair stream is going to be longer than your movie? Are you kidding me? That's kind of wild.
For all these people, how many writers are in this movie? I haven't dissected anything yet. So like
0 writers. They do it.
Zero. What is going on?